Welcome, Conjurers, I'm Dicebag, and this is my solo campaign for Crytures, my monster collecting tabletop RPG. Last time, I began testing out a system for hunting down wild creature nests. The party is on the trail of some zipjacks right now, but they just had to dodge an encounter with another pack of wandering hoplos. They managed to sneak by, and they are now back on track to find what they came for. And we get to move on to the next scene. So what do we find here? Let's see, 4 is a Blast 3 clearing. Okay. Let's draw this up. So there's a center point, there's that, there's that. So we got a clearing like so, and these are not necessarily as close as they appear on the map. These are just disjointed areas that we're putting out visual representations of. So the terrain is just regular, pretty flat ground. And the first feature is a fallen tree. A log, if you will. And next, we see a rocky ledge around the center. I don't think I actually have a token to represent this, so we're just gonna have to draw it. And the next one is a 3, which is more bushes. Okay. And we're gonna bump up our counter for the distance and bring these guys in for hold on. Let's move all these to a different layer. And bring in our boys. And we'll see what we can find in this place. So I should actually write down what we're hunting before I forget. So we got trail number 1. It is 3 size. And we've already got the distance here. So what do we want to look at first? Let's have Erwin over here take a look at this ledge. $555. Erwin can't find any signs involving the ledge, so that's great. So we really need to pick up a trail, and Justin's our best observer, and so we're gonna have him inspect the bushes over here because that's most likely to give us a trail. So we're gonna investigate the feature. Ooh. He did not roll well, but he did roll 1 success. And that is enough to find a trail. So let's see. This would actually be a good time, I think, for, well, no, let's see. Distance, numbers. Nobody seems to be great at determining the direction. You know what? I don't think we even made a roll after we found the trail. We just accepted the trail as something we could follow. So maybe we'll do that. Let's go with it like that. And then we'll have, of course, Johan. He'll inspect the log here for tracks. Let's see. 2, 4, 4, 8. That is like 1 success, I believe. Yeah, 1 success. So he only finds scratch marks on the log. So they've been gnawing or playing around on this. So let's go ahead. Since all of our guys have a free passive action, that means they can study whatever. We're gonna have them study disposition. So that is what? Sense plus zoology? Oh, great. I don't know if anybody is actually all that good at zoology. Erwin has 1. Okay, so he gets 4. He can roll 4d10 here. Six, 8, 8, 9. Okay. We're rolling well again, finally. So let's see. Disposition, so let's figure out what the hostility actually is. Ooh. These guys are like hunting. They aren't playing, they're hunting. Let's see. Hostility is normally 5, so a roll of 8 adds 2 to that. So they're at like hostility 7. So they're going to be a little harder to, they're going to be on alert, is what I'm saying. Alright, so let's go ahead and tick up that, and then we'll follow the trail. And it came through the bushes, so we're gonna say it's like over in this way. But first we need to roll for an encounter. 7. Actually, I think I did it wrong before. I think we only get an encounter on an 8 or higher in this one. Let's see. In the brushland, density is 2. Yeah, encounter is 8+. So we don't have an encounter this time. And of course, all these guys, while they're following the trail, the others are going to be on the lookout. Either way. So that means that the counter we have here needs to get up to 8. So we have like 2 more spaces we need to go Or maybe one more. One more, I think. After the one we've actually just done. So let's see what we roll here for our next scene. We got 7. 7 is a 3x12 trail. Okay. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And it continues a little further than that, but let's see. We'll have to move all of this other stuff over. Alright, so the guys come into the trail here with their creatures coming in behind. And they find, first of all, let's see. It's damp over here. The ground is wet as they approach. Maybe not wet specifically, but you know, soft. Like there's been some wetness throughout here. The first thing they noticed is a big old boulder jutting out in their path. Beyond that, there is a fallen tree log. Just take this one. Right across the trail there. And then a massive mushroom bringing up the end of the trail over here. Alright, let's see what we can figure out from this. Alright, we got a couple things that we could find tracks on in this scene. So let's see. Who is our best observers? Obviously Justin is our best observer. So we're gonna have him take a look at this big old mushroom over here. So let's see, we're gonna investigate the feature. Oh! No successes and a 1. That would be a crit failure. I'm not sure what to do on a failed observation roll, though. I haven't really outlined that. You know what? Let's dock him 1 mana. He is confused. He's racking his brain. Where are the clues? I can't find anything. Alright. That's unfortunate. Let's see. Johan appears to be our next best clue finder. So, let's go ahead and have him roll a sense check over here on the boulder. Okay. Difficulty is 8. We roll 8, 3, 8, 3. Okay, that's 2 successes. We do find all the clues we can. We find some scratches from things clawing and climbing on these boulders. And we see tracks, probably from the wet ground, going across it. They're tracking their mud everywhere. So that gives us the direction of travel, so we can keep following the trail there. Let's see, Erwin, we're gonna have him study the last thing here. 2, 10, and 9. Okay. What does a log get us? That's 3 successes. Let's see, he sees more scratch marks. He sees some eaten food left behind. Okay. As well as droppings. Okay, that gives us an opportunity to study the health of the thing, which is actually something Erwin's fairly good at. So he's gonna take a look at the food and the droppings that were left in this log here. He only gets 1. Okay. So let's see. We learn 1 piece of information per success from the overall health, stamina, mana, or injuries of the target. Okay, so we're going to then roll to see what state they're in. And I'm shooting for health. If we don't roll a health thing, then it's up on the table. Schrodinger's dungeon. 6. Oh, okay. They're at half health. We'll write that down. Okay, the guys we're tailing are at half health. So these guys have probably been roughing around or fighting something. Maybe those hoplos, maybe they ran from some hoplos. Although they should be able to fight hoplos, but the hoplos did outnumber them 2 to 1. Alright, we've got our next one, so we got like 1 more to go through. Let's see. Of course, we'll have our usual setup of Justin leading the pack, or leading the team, and everybody else staying on high alert. And we'll roll for an encounter here. 5. No encounter. Alright. So what do these guys find as they approach the next scene? Alright, a 4. We've got another Blast 3 clearing. Like so. Oh, wait a second. Uh-oh, why is everything so thin? Alright, that's better. A little wonky there. Yeah, it should be more like this. There we go. And the first thing we find is that, okay, the ground is pretty even and stable. Nothing unusual there. And we do find more giant mushrooms over here. Giant mushrooms. Creatures and giant mushrooms. Alright. And this should be on the token layer. Beyond that is a big old puddle. So this is not mud specifically, this is actual pool of water over here. And then after that is a creek. Okay. So we got a little trickle of water probably going into this puddle here. This is a right place to find trails. We could probably pick up a second trail here. Let's see. We'll get our guys over here. And Justin, of course, is gonna take a look at the most obvious thing to see what he can find. Let's see, the creek is probably the easiest place to find a direction, and that's what we're gonna do. He did not roll high, but he didn't need to. 4277. Okay. So yeah, he does pick up on tracks, and he sees some droppings here. So they've got pretty much all the information they need on this pack to know that they can just like go in there and clear them up. So we don't really need to find anything new. We will have Johan over here investigate the puddle. Let's see. He scores 1 success and does find tracks. Okay. So we have a direction. We already had a direction, but we have another direction. I think we might need to figure that out a little more when it comes to like deciding which trails we want to follow, because I want there to be like different branches that you can go off of. So we might say that we've now got a choice. We can follow one trail or we can follow another trail. But anyways, Erwin here is going to take a look at the giant mushroom. And on that, he sees some gnawing marks as if something's been biting and clawing at this thing. Let's see, we could actually take a peek at the size and see if there's any evolved forms with this pack, first of all. That's about the only information we don't have. So why don't we do that? Let's see. We want to look at the sizes. That's sense plus survival or zoology. Erwin has 1 zoology, 3 sense, so we're rolling 40-10. 10, 1, 9, and 6. Okay, that... There's only 3 in the packs, and that's 3 successes, so we know the size of every single one of them, so let's roll. There's a big one. There's a big one. There's a little one, a medium one, and a big one. That's I don't know about this. Granted, we have them well outnumbered. However, there's a big one. That's a predicament. Fighting a big one could be a good boon. However, I haven't really tested pitting first metamorphosis creatures against final metamorphosis creatures yet. Maybe that is just a good opportunity to do so. it is literally like the next encounter, so maybe we'll just go ahead and try it. Yeah, screw it. We're gonna do it. I'll be right back. Okay, I think we're finally ready to get this show on the road. It took me a while because I did not have all the tokens and the sheets and stuff made up for all of these guys, so I had to do that. But we're good now. I'm gonna cut that out, even though I could make an entire episode of me just doing the setup. But I think that would be a little boring and I might lose a subscriber or two. And I don't have enough of those to justify it. So, what we've got, these guys come to the clearing in the forest through the rough, and we got a boulder sticking out on one side with some bushes on the others, and on the other side across the clearing is a massive tree with a big old puddle of mud over in the corner here, leading back into the rest of the rough. And you might notice I keep talking about the rough. The rough, the stuff outside of the little hex clearing that I've laid out here, is not a wall, but it serves a similar purpose when we're making battle maps in the wilderness. So the rough just represents like places where there's dense trees and foliage, and it's hard to walk through, hard to see through, hard to get through. But you can walk, see, and get through it. It's just harder. So you're incentivized to kind of do your battling in this area. Otherwise you're going to get locked down and pinned down really easily, and that might be a problem given how fast these guys are and how close everything is. So Zipjack over here, the little one, is taking our first turn. He's the fastest, surprisingly. And so what is he gonna do? He's energetic, so they've got like 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's actually gonna go over to Creebean over here. They can cross this in like one freaking move, which is crazy. But we're gonna try and work with it. So he zooms over there. He is Zipjack after all. We got Zipjack, Zapjack, and Zoomjack over here. And this might get kind of hairy. So let's see. We're gonna throw a stunning jab at this guy here, at Creebean. And I'm gonna have to check the vulnerabilities and everything. Creebean is resistant to lightning. Okay. So his stunning jab is going to get a -2 when attacking Creebean. And Creebean's deflection is 6. So he rolls 5, 8, 3, 1, 4, 5. And that's only 1 hit. Okay, so 3 damage per hit. -3 there. Alright. Oh, I forgot. These things are like at half health. So that's going to make the fight a lot easier. And that might be a little too generous on my part as the dungeon master, but we'll see and we'll adjust for next time, because I think we're going to have to take a break after this battle is through in the recording session. But next up is Zapjack. And he's got a little more difficulty getting where he's going. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he had to trudge through the puddle of mud. However, if there's one thing these guys can do, it's get around. So he has, let's see, what does lightning charge do specifically? Let's see, wild creatures. Go down to the Zipjacks. Oh, you know what? I could just open the character sheet from the token. Lightning charge. Shift 3 spaces before the attack. Alright, that will get him close enough. So he's gonna do a lightning charge here. 1, 2. He's gonna move over here. And spend 1 stamina. And that is a lot of dice he's rolling. Anyways, let's see. What is Johan's deflection? 6? Ooh, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. That's a lot. That's a lot of hits. And he's doing 4 damage per hit. What the hell is 4 times 7? 38? 38. Bro, that's over half his health. In 1 attack. Ow. Okay. Higher level creatures are definitely a force to be reckoned with. Fortunately, Johan gets to make his move now. So let's see, what do we want to do about this? We probably can't really engage. We can't engage. We can shift, but if we shift, we're going to be right in charge territory for that guy. We're already in charge territory, frankly. So yeah, we're stuck in the rough over here, in case you haven't noticed. Let's take a look at what his abilities do. Let's see. He's got his shield abilities, so he can... Let's see, that distracts. That's probably not worth it. He does have a guard, though, so he can prevent hits coming up. And one thing we don't want to do is let him fall. So I think what we're going to do, first of all, is we're going to summon Frember. Alright. We're going to add a turn for him, and... oh, hell, what is his initiative? Let's see, he's got 1 reflexes from Johan. And then a speed of 5, so he's rolling 6. So let's roll that initiative for him. 27. Not as high as I was hoping. But we'll work with it. And then Johan with his second action is just gonna guard. So let's see. What kind of thing do we want to put here? What kind of icon do we want? I don't see a shield one. That's a shame. Oh wait, there it is. Okay. We'll put a shield in a dot. Now Justin over here. See, Justin only has Twerkish. What is his speed, for one thing? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he can get here, he can get to the edge of the rough, and therefore he will not be taking penalties for his ranged attacks, and he's gonna go ahead and levy a blast at Zipjack over here. And let's see, Zipjack's evasion is 6, so let's see, 1, 9, 8, 9, 5, 7. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hits. That's 12 damage. I think. Yeah, 3 damage per hit. So that thing's almost down already. That's good because it's gonna be a rough fight. I can already tell. Now, Irwin's Psych hit. Let's see, it's got 6. He's not in a good position to actually shoot anything. What does his teleportation power do, though? Let's see. He's got Vanish. Teleport up to half your speed, so he can go 3 spaces. He can go there. He can go 1, 2, 3. He can go over here. That might be what he has to do. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and blow 1 mana so we can get to the edge of the rough and get a clear shot. Unfortunately, let's see. What was I gonna say was unfortunate? I don't know. Oh well. Anyways, Space Wrinkle. And we'll see what we can do with this. Now Zapjack's evasion is 7. That's pretty high. We only score 2 hits on him. And 3 damage per hit. But we do get to teleport him 1 space. So we are going to teleport him over here. That way, Zoomjack over here is going to have a harder time getting to Johan. And speak of the devil, it is Zoomjack's turn. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He could go after Johan. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 1 move, and from here, what he does is the lightning charge. That's 11 dice, by the way. 11 dice. And so he moves 2 spaces into Johan. And Johan's deflection is what? 6 again? 6? 6. It's 6. So let's see, we get 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hits. However, his block negates 2 of them, so we only take 2 hits. So that's 8 damage, 4 per hit. That could have been a lot worse. That said, we're gonna have to start taking these guys down real quick. Let's see. Creebean is up next. And Creebean, let's see. These guys are not resistant to his plant attacks, so I think the call to make is to Leaf Blade this guy and take one of them out. So that's what we're gonna do. Gonna Leaf Blade. I think we only score like 1 hit on that. Let's see. Deflection is 5? Okay. Much lower than I thought. That's 2 hits. 2 hits. 1 was enough to take him out though, so that's good enough. 1 down. If we can just avoid not dying for a couple turns, I think we can handle this. But we're gonna... You know what? The main thing I'm really worried about is whether capturing the big one is going to be very easy or not. But anyways, Creebean is gonna go ahead and use his second action to move into position. Actually, screw that. Not that way. He's gonna defend against the Zoom Jack over here. And Frember, Frember is seeing his first bit of action here since he found his Conjurer. So what does he actually have? He has, let's see, 1 Flame Tongue, 2 Torrent. Okay. What is Tidal Note? I don't know this one. Personal Blast 2. Oh, that's going to hit our guys. About Gushing Stream. Melee Blast 1. That might be useful. But is it worse? Better than Spitfire? Spitfire sounds like the way to go. Let's see. Melee Blast 1, 4 damage per hit. That can hit pretty hard. And it can hit both of them. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to center it here. That means we hit every space adjacent to that point. And we're going to Spitfire. Ooh, he didn't roll that well. Well, nonetheless, we used it, so that's -2 mana. Zoomjack has an evasion of 8. Okay, we roll 5, 5, 1, 8, 7, 8. So that's 2 hits at least. And Zapjack has an evasion of 7, so he gets 3 hits. So Zapjack takes 12. Zoomjack takes 8. And, let's see, I think Frimber can just hang out there. He doesn't really need to move. He can, like, soak up some damage. That Torkish is up. Let's see, what is Torkish's speed? Speed 5, okay. One, 2, 3, 4. He can move through Psykit and get a shot from here. A clear shot without the rough in the way. And let's see. We're gonna have to just blast it with a flare here. We can't really do any of his special tricks since we use the move action. And let's see. Evasion is 8 again, so we got 6, 1, 10, 8, 9, 3, 3, 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hits. And a crit. So 4 hits times 3, that's 12 damage. And the crit means he is wounded. Oh, not that. So he's pretty much going down next turn. This fight turned out a lot easier than I expected, even though it came out of the gate really strong. But anyways, Erwin, it's your turn. Can Irwin actually get into a position to use a binding crystal here? Let's see, he's got 4 speed. 4 speed. Two, three, 4. You can get over to the edge of the rough, and allies don't block your... They don't provide cover, so that should be sufficient. So he's gonna try and bind this thing. He literally only needs like 1 hit, I think. Let's see if he gets it. He double crits. Okay. Yeah, he double crits. I don't know if that should have been so easy. Maybe it's just the circumstance, but that seemed a little too easy. Anyways, we'll play it. We'll play it. That is the end, though. That's the end of the first round. That was just the first round. Now we need to do a morale check. I believe that means he stays. Yeah, he's staying around. Alright. Zapjack is taking another turn here. So that means we're gonna shock the water frog, the fire water frog. Stunning jab, and this is going with a type advantage. Ooh, those are some low rolls. What is Frimber's deflection? 5? Okay, so he only needs a 3 to hit with the advantage. So he rolls 1, 2, 2, 1, 4, 6, 4, 8, 9, 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. Okay, 5 hits. 3 damage per hit means 15 damage. That was not as brutal as one would think. Okay, so that means Johan is up next. He's gonna step out of the rough and try his hand with the binding crystal. And he definitely hits. Let's see, he needs to roll 8 or higher. He rolls 2 8s, and he only needs 1 hit. Alright, well, that's the end of that. Interesting. Good data. Might have to make a few tweaks here and there. Don't think it should be that easy to come up against a high level metamorphosis like that. So we're gonna have to rebalance some of the way we do things. But for now, that was a little scary at first, but once the action economy started taking over and our like more than 2-to-1 advantage really came through for us. So we're gonna have to think about definitely the size of packs that we're working with. Because I think if we were facing a more normal size group with just these 2 bigger guys, the higher metamorphoses, we would have been pretty screwed. It would have been real easy to bring down Johann, and with him, his 2 creatures would have gone out too. So really, the ability to just overwhelm them with extra actions and take them out. There's also the fact that they were like at half health, so, you know, I guess that's also a factor. So maybe we'll have to think about that too. Alright. Well, we'll pause it here and I'll take this into consideration for the next time around. And we'll come back to this adventure when I have another chance to record. Alright, I'm gonna wrap up the episode here. Thanks for watching, and since you made it this far, don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But most importantly, leave me some feedback in the comments. The game is still in development, so I'd like to hear what people think. And if you want to see more, I've got all these sessions on a playlist that you can watch back to back. There's also a bunch of links in the description for other places that you can find creatures. So, until next time, farewell, conjurers, and may you walk the waking dream.